When Henry Ford made cheap, reliable cars, people said, "Nah, what's wrong with a horse?" That was a huge bet he made, and it worked. The problem is that in a lot of big companies, process becomes a substitute for thinking. You're encouraged to behave like a little gear in a complex machine. Frankly, it allows you to keep people who aren't that smart, who aren't that creative. When I was a child, there's one thing I said: I never want to be alone. That's what I would say. I don't want to be alone. I think we are at the dawn of a new era in commercial space exploration. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. My proceeds from the PayPal acquisition were $180 million. I put $100 million in SpaceX, $70 million in Tesla, and $10 million in SolarCity. I had to borrow money for rent. You should take the approach that you're on. Your goal is to be less wrong. You get paid in direct proportion to the difficulty of problems you solve. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop, where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. I think it would be great to be born on Earth and die on Mars. Just hopefully not at the point of impact. Constantly seek criticism. A well-thought-out critique of whatever you're doing is as valuable as gold. I'm not trying to be anyone's savior. I'm just trying to think about the future and not be sad. The first step is to establish that something is possible, then probability will occur. I take the position that I'm always to some degree wrong, and the aspiration is to be less wrong. One of the really tough things is figuring out what questions to ask. Once you figure out the question, then the answer is relatively easy. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better. Every person in your company is a vector. Your progress is determined by the sum of all vectors. They were building a Ferrari for every launch, when it was possible that a Honda Accord might do the trick. If you buy a ticket to hell, it isn't fair to blame hell. You buy a ticket to hell, it isn't fair to blame hell. Thank you for watching.